What's up, everyone? This is Matt Mrozik, and this will be my review of Jesse Garcia's and GarageKit.us. Crap, I'm going to say that wrong. I always say it wrong. Jesse, change the name of your company. I did say GarageKits.us. Just make it Garage Kits or something like that. This is a continuation of his Denizens of ZO. Denizens of ZO. I always say that wrong, and he gives me a hard time about pronouncing his names wrong. I showed my daughter this box, and like in 10 sections, oh, Denizens of ZO, what does that mean? And I always say it wrong, but my 11-year-old daughter can say it no problem. Last year he released a kit. I kept calling it Alphaba, or no, Alphaba. What was I saying? Alphaba? Alphaba. I was saying Alphaba, and it's Alphaba. So I was saying it wrong the whole time, and Jesse's like, oh my gosh, you said it wrong the whole time. I was like, dude, change the name of your kits. Make it like, you know, Mary or Jane. That I can say. So this is Hariqa. Hariqa. Am I saying that right, Jesse? He told me to roll my R's, but it sounds like I'm coughing up a hairball. So he spelled it out phonetically for me. And so the way he spelled it, it should sound like Hariqa. So hopefully I'm saying that right, Jesse. If not, you can, you know, make fun of me again. So anyway, this piece is amazing. And I actually want to start her like right away. In my opinion, this is Jesse's best piece so far. His lion is a close second, but this is just absolutely stunning. This was sculpted by Roberto Von Behr. You know, everyone knows who he is if you're in the figure world. Jim Capone, who is, like, in my opinion, the best female painter out there right now, or like maybe ever. I don't know. Jeff Camp is also very good, but man, you see a Jim Capone paint up, and you know right away it's his work. It's just stunning, and I mean, I don't know what Jesse's paying him to do paint ups, but it's worth its weight in gold because it sells his kits. You know, the sculpts are amazing, but once you see him painted by Jim, it's like you're like throwing money at Jesse, like, give me one, give me one, give me one. So anyway, this is a beautiful piece. I've already opened this and looked at it. I bought this in Jesse's room Thursday night, actually, so it was the very first thing I bought. I was like, dude, I want to open a box. He's like, okay. He's like, do you want to buy it? He's like, yeah. So I bought it then. So let's pull out the pieces. So I'm going to pause, pull out the pieces, and continue, so you don't have to watch me unpack it. But the packing is done very well. It was, like I said, I've already opened it and unpacked it, but the packing was excellent. Nothing was broken, and there's some pretty fragile pieces in here. So give me a second and I'll come back. Okay, so here are the pieces for the most part. Some of them are still packed up. I'm going to come in a little closer real quick and show you some of the sculpting and just how really pretty she is. So let's look at the face first, because everyone wants to see a pretty face. So right away you can tell this is a Roberto sculpt. It's kind of like looking at a paint up of Jim's a Jim Capone paint up. You just know that it's a Roberto sculpt. Just stunning, beautiful at every angle, great profile, great 3/4 look. It's really pretty, nice soft features. I mean, come on, she's gorgeous. And the hair, nice, lots of detail in the hair. Casting wise, it's done very well. There's a little bit of cleanup you got to do in the hair where the mold line and stuff and like that is, but you know, same thing you got to do on every kit. So no complaints or anything like that. Just pointing it out. I love the detail in the necklace or in the earrings right here. Let's see, yeah, there you go. But really pretty, stunning, and the quality, like the way Roberto smooths his sculpts out. I don't think I've seen that in any other sculpt that's not from a factory. I mean, it's flawless. It's done really well. I don't know what he does. I don't know the technique he uses. I'll wait and then let's look at the body. So here's the body. Exquisite detail. Love all the details in the clothing here. All the intricate scroll work and stuff he put in this. Just really nice and delicate. Beautiful necklace, or I guess, well, the necklace is up here. So I guess would be like a piece of jewelry just between the breast. Just real sexy, just real classy. Great legs. Everyone likes great legs. Again, the detail on the outfit is just really stunning, all the way down to the bottom. And there's a few little bubbles in here, but I don't think you see those by the time she gets in the base. I think those are hidden. Yeah, real pretty. I think the only thing I have a critique so far, and I noticed this when I was looking at it the first time, whoever does the casting went in and cleaned up the mold line a little bit. And I always say this, just leave it there. Let the painter clean it up. I think some of this scroll work kind of got obliterated a little bit. Looks like it's been sanded over. If I'm wrong, Jesse, correct me, but it just looks like maybe that was cleaned up a little too much. So they'll have to go back in and get rescribed a little bit, I think. Not the end of the world, but again, I just prefer, you know, I know they're trying to help us out sometimes, but a lot of times it creates more work for the painter. And then the base is this really pretty, I'll put a link down below to the finished piece, because until you see it painted, it's hard to describe, but it's basically like she's coming out of a lava pit, and she's like fire and stuff. She's the fire witch. Her element is fire. So here's the part she stands on, and it's hollow, which is great because it allows you to light this up if you want, and I'll show you that because there's a ton of clear pieces. So great detail. It's like all flowing lava. This is rock. So it'll make more sense as I kind of fit this together, because I can put a lot of it together. So the engineering is really well, because Jesse had to make the top part, actually both parts are hollow. So this is hollow, and then you have there's an opening at the bottom here. You can put batteries or whatever if you want to do battery powered. All right, let's put this together. And she's a big piece. I mean, she's tall. I think she's like 18 inches tall. So there's the base. And she goes in very well. Right. Hold on. That came undone. There. The problem is I'm trying to record my phone, and it zooms in so much I'm having to reach to get to stuff. And then this comes in, and then she locks in very well right there. Now I am noticing you don't want to push too hard, because this resin seems a little thin here maybe, so he knows how it's wiggling. So be careful there. I almost pushed really hard, and that would, if that broke through, that would not be good. That'd be a disaster. So she goes in like that. And then her head fits in damn near perfect. I mean, there's like, her neckline, there's like no putty, very little or no putty work at all. You can see right there, there's like no gap at the neckline. Okay, so that's how she goes. Now we're going to concentrate on the base for a little while, because the rest kind of goes around the base. So she's coming out this pool of lava. There's this really cool like fire. It almost looks like a wolf. Tell me if I'm wrong. Wolf Jesse, Dragon Jesse. But he's coming out, and the clear resin is super high quality. Now, if you're not familiar with clear resin, 99% of the time when clear resin is cast, it actually doesn't look clear right away. It's actually a little bit cloudy. That's just the nature of the material. And once you put a clear coat on it, it turns into glass. This actually looks pretty damn clear already. I'm not sure what causes it to go one way or the other, but once you put a clear coat on it, it turns into glass. And these are casted very well. And they only fit in one spot on the base. So unless you're an idiot, which I'm sometimes, you can't put it in the wrong place. So this guy goes here. Like that. I'm going to take her off just for a second. I want her to fall over. There goes her head, because again, she fits so well together. I did this the other day too. Her head fits so well that it looks like it's one solid piece, and then it goes flying across the room. And then these guys go around the perimeter. I think this guy goes. Where's this one go? Again, they only fit one spot. See, unless you're me, you can't screw it up. Okay, this one goes here. Again, this has had zero cleanup, so I'm not sure if this is all going to fit in right away. There we go. Actually, goes in pretty well. That goes there. This is just such a cool piece. I mean, it's phenomenal. Just blows me away. The concept is amazing. The sculpt is amazing. And Jim's paint up just makes you want to, you see it and you're like, you just want to go home and start painting this thing. It's just so cool. Looks like this has got to go in first. So this has got to go in, and this goes in like that. So there's this like wreath of fire coming up around her. I mean, come on. That's just too cool. And then she stands in the middle like this. Okay, so there's that. This is a complicated piece, I'm not gonna lie. If you haven't built the figure kit, this would be a daunting piece to try. Now, I need to send Jim Capone a message or a question. Now, Jim Capone, one thing he does, which is really cool, he makes custom boxes for at least transporting these guys. I don't know if he ever, I don't know how you would ship a piece like this, but Jim Capone makes a custom box for each piece he paints up. It's pretty ridiculous, and people keep asking him, dude, you need to do a class on how to make boxes because it's redunculous. And again, this is like lava flowing over the edge, and once it's all cleaned up, it'll all go together smoothly, but they only fit in one spot. So, as awesome as this kit is, it needs a little work. And it's a complicated piece. It's kind of like Elphaba. She's a beautiful piece, and she's done extremely well, but it's not a simple piece. You gotta do, you gotta work on some fitting and stuff like that. But that's not a critique or a complaint. It's just, it is what it is. When you have a piece like this, it's not gonna go together. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. You're gonna have to get the base. Get these two pieces fit together like really, really well, and then work on these pieces and make sure those fit really well. So you're gonna need a hair dryer, and you have to work at it a little bit. This is not gonna just fall together. But it's a beautiful piece. And oh, I'm putting all these pieces down here, not seeing all these little pieces go in a specific place. Sorry, I didn't realize I was pointing up at, still pointing up at her. So this is all like the lava coming over the edges of the base. I'll have to look at Jim's paint up again to see what kind of seam work he did on here. If he filled that in, I'm assuming that we'll probably need a little work just to fill it in a little bit. So all that like lava is flowing over the edge. Now this spot, this area, I probably won't be able to get put together very well. What's really impressive, and I didn't realize until I saw the piece in person, is that there's all these other clear pieces of fire and stuff. And these actually like come off her hands, and they come off of these wreaths of fire and actually like go up into her hair. So how the hell, once she's together, how the hell are you supposed to either ship it or transport? I don't know. I mean, I think once it's together, you can't take it apart. So like if you were to sell this piece, I don't know how you would, I think you'd have to deliver it. I don't see any way of mailing this without it getting completely destroyed, just because it's so delicate. So I'm going to just show you some of the sculpting on the arms and stuff. Just done really well. And of course, a trick of the trade for any sculptors, they put an emblem or some sort of jewelry or something at a seam line, so there shouldn't be little or no putty work for that area. So like this hand, once it's cleaned up, will fit together very nicely. And there's, and let's see what is, okay, this is a little tendril of hair. Like I can't put the arms in because they need to be pinned, and they would just fall out, I think. That one may go, okay, that goes in. Let's see, let me get a little blue tack and I get the arms to stick. Really pretty. Like I said, I think this is, out of this series, this is my favorite. I have Dottie, I have the Scarecrow, I have Elphaba, and I have Roddy. So the only two I don't own right now are the Lion and I think it's Glendola. Glendola is the other one. And I gotta be honest, I'm not a real fan of Glendola. There's something about her face I don't like. I'm not a fan of the face sculpt on Glendola. I think that's right word, Jesse. I'm probably saying it wrong again, so you can yell at me later. Oh, also the teeth of the fire wolf dragon are sculpted separately or casted separately, so you can paint those and put them in because they're very delicate. So those are casted separately. So that's nice. So in the description below, I'll put a link down to Jim Capone's paint up of this because I can't describe it. It's just unreal. So we have some other pieces of fire here that will attach to these pieces because they couldn't cast it all in one piece. So like this piece will go here. I believe that's where that goes, and it extends up even higher. And I think that's it. Where it gets really tricky is on the back side. Because these pieces like go up into her hair. It's like unreal. And I don't know if I'm able to figure out how these go together right now, to be honest. I want to say this maybe go. Okay, I think that one goes there. Again, I have to look at a picture. So I'm probably not going to get these right. This piece of hair is going to go there. Up here. I'm just going to blue tack it on there a little bit. So that goes there. But these like go up into the hair. Okay, there's one right there. There's a peg. So maybe, I don't know. I'll have to, again, look at some photos. This, I believe, comes here. See, look at this comes up here, and then it like goes up into her hair. It's just so crazy. It's unreal. So this is a complicated piece. So I really can't show you how that goes together, unfortunately, because I just can't. It's too complicated without gluing things together. But these flames come in and they like tie into her hair. So she's like coming out of the fire and the lava, and she's turning into fire and lava. It's just, the concept is just killer. Beautiful piece, man. Yeah, I want to work on her and get her done for Wonderfest next year. I haven't painted any of Jesse's pieces. Like, when are you gonna paint one of mine? Like, I don't know, man, but this may be the one I have to work on. And of course, she's the hardest one out of the series that I own and that he's put out, in my opinion, but just really gorgeous. So as always, Jesse, killer work, man. Whether I'm saying the names right or wrong, it's beautiful work. So yeah, check out Jesse's website. I'll put a link down to his website and his Facebook page below. I'll put a link down to Jim Capone's paint up of this, and you'll just be blown away. But again, these all these pieces of fire come up and wrap around her, and then the ones in the back like go up into her hair, and I want to say some go up on her arm. Again, I have to look at the paint up, but just killer work. Really, really well done. Complicated piece. She's going to be tough, but the work and the effort will be worth it in the end. So there you go. Hariqa. Hopefully I'm saying that right, Jesse. I'm not going to try to roll my R's. If I don't say it right, send me a note or make a comment in the video on how I said it wrong. Or I'm just going to call her Jane. I'll call her Red Sonja. How about that? No, I can't do that. It's copyrighted. But anyway, there you go. That's my review of this piece. Again, can't say enough about it. Just sculpts beautiful. The casting's done really well. Again, it's complicated. The engineering's done very well, but you will have to spend some time working on the fitting and stuff, just because of the complexity of the kit. It's not just going to go together, you know, super easy. So if you have it, and if you want to get this, I'd jump on it, man. Get it. She's beautiful. So that's my review of this kit. I simply say get it. Give yourself a challenge, and do one up for yourself or for a client. But there you go. That's all I got to say about her. As always, thanks for watching. It's Matt Brozick. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.